Hi, this is Holly. Welcome to the Art of Yoga Project YouTube channel. I'm here to share with you this evening a class that's going to be more invigorating, faster pace, and we're going to try to connect with the inner fire, solar sun that we all have within us and get some energy. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get right into it. Notice that I have some props. We may or not be using them. We have a blanket if you need it. We have a bolster, a block, or I even have an eye pillow on me, something to help us relax during our final relaxation. All of these things are optional. Hopefully we have at least a mat or a comfortable place to practice. So when you're ready, find yourself in a stance. We'll do a little warm up. So finding yourself standing nice and tall. We're going to start by just reaching the arms up on the inhale. And then exhale, let your arms guide down in front of you. Notice the difference between the inhale and the exhale. Can we inhale, create and accept energy, and then exhale, create and accept relaxation. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, bringing it back down. This can help calm the nervous system. So let's do it one more time, finding ourselves connected with the breath. And then exhale the palms down towards the side of the body. We're going to now move in lateral movements. So when we're ready, we're just going to just dip over to the left, dip over to the right. Just sort of notice what's around you, what's in your space as you do this. Maybe looking over to your right, maybe looking over to your left. Just sort of noting whom is surrounding you, what is surrounding you. Finding yourself in the center when you're ready. Finding your feet beneath your hips. We'll get into a little bit more movement. Bring your right ankle back and we'll roll out the right ankle. This creates a little bit of balance. So when we're balancing on one leg, we maybe want to focus forward, something that's not moving. Your hands can be behind you. Then go the opposite way with that ankle roll. Just opening up the feet, help us feel more firm foundation. Bring the right foot to the floor. Now bring your left foot behind you. Roll out that ankle. Breathing in and out of the belly. Noticing if you can bring yourself more fully to this present moment, this present class. Rolling the ankle the opposite way maybe now. Don't be afraid to get into the whole foot. The feet alone hold about 33% of the bones in our whole body. So that's pretty impressive. They do a lot for us. Bring your left foot down. Now let's find ourselves sweeping up, and this time coming up onto the tiptoes. And then exhale, can we bend our knees and sweep our arms behind us and do a little fold? Inhale, sweep your arms up. Find yourself on your tiptoes, get nice and tall. And then exhale, bring your heels back down, bend your knees, bend your hips, hinge forward, bring your arms behind you. And these can be as exaggerated as you'd like. Maybe you add a little hop in and then come down. Maybe you're moving nice and slow. Maybe you rock forwards and backwards. Slowly, fast, noticing we're showing up at different paces, at different times. We're in different places, moving at different rates, and that's okay. Finding one more little inhale up nice and tall as you can get. And then exhale, let it go. And bring your head all the way down. Just dangle side to side for a moment. And then once we're ready, roll the vertebra up one at a time. Nice and slow, coming up. And when we're ready, we're going to just get right into our practice standing. But if you choose, if you would like to check in with whomever is surrounding you, if you want to check in with yourself, you can do so. You can share your name and your feeling with the people that you're with, if that's something you'd like to do. If you're practicing alone, then sharing it with yourself, checking in with yourself. How are you showing up to the class? Can we stand up nice and tall? And and check in about what is something that brings inner heat, something that brings that warmth to ourselves, something that makes us feel at home, something that makes us feel loved and invigorated. Something or someone. Can you dedicate your practice to that or them or yourself? Setting an intention for your practice. We're going to do some sun salutations as we begin to move. Notice that you want to start from a solid foundation. So in this mountain posture with your feet planted hip width distance, your knees and your hips facing forward, maybe a slight tuck of your tailbone, raise your shoulders up above your hips, open your arms, and inhale, bring your arms up to the sky. With your hands and your arms parallel with your body and your ears, relax your shoulders down, noticing if you're reaching and creating no space between your shoulders and your ears. Relax your shoulders down. And then exhale, shine your heart forward and come forward. Option to have a block if you choose in front of you here. You can have 2 blocks. I only have 1, but we can have 2 side to side. Bring your hands just to the floor or just let them dangle in front of you on the block. Let your head hang. Yes, no, maybe so with the head. Go ahead and place your palms on the floor. And then once we're ready, we're going to step back both feet and find a plank position. Go ahead and we're going to inhale into strength and heat. And then exhale, let it all come down to the belly. Sweep your heart forward, tuck your toes, and lift up your hips, upward facing dog. Look over your left shoulder, go over your right shoulder, and then exhale, up and back, over your feet, maybe bend your knees a little bit more, downward facing dog, full body stretch. Look up, hop, step, skip up to the front of the mat, and then reach your arms up nice and tall. Beautiful. Finding your tall mountain again. Exhale, roll the wrists out. We're going to add on a little bit. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Notice if your forward fold isn't 90 degrees in your hips, you can keep your hands on a block to help that and shift your weight forward to feel the strength, stretch, come to the more of the hamstrings. Less strain on your legs and on your back. Exhale, place your palms down on the floor or on your blocks and step your left leg back. We're adding on a warrior 1. So press your feet into the floor. Your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Straight intersection from your ankle back to your other ankle, and reach up, look up, and open yourself up to the horizon here. Notice what is coming up for you. Maybe noticing some heat arise in your legs in the foundation. Press your feet down into the floor. Exhale, bring your hands back to frame your front foot. Inhale, step your left leg back to meet your right. Pause. Notice. And then exhale, coming down. Notice that as we move, inhale, rise up. A lot may be coming up for you, and that's just information. Just process that as information for yourself. Non-judgment. Looking up towards your hands after your down dog, hop, step, or skip up to the front. And then inhale, rise up nice and tall. Floating your palms down, arriving back in your mountain pose. We're going to try to move a little faster. Inhale, inviting that warmth in. Remember, what is it that keeps you moving? What is it that helps you feel warm and safe? Come forward, maybe thinking of that. Bring your hands to the floor and step your right leg back now. 45-degree angle, warrior 1. Press the feet down, hips facing forward, squared forward with the arms. Open up, maybe look up, maybe look back a little bit. And then exhale your hands down, frame your front foot, moving more vigorously. This time we'll move 1 breath and 1 movement. Come all the way down, exhale. Inhale, rise, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up, hop, step, skip to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise up. 1 breath, 1 movement. Exhale, shine your heart forward, coming down. Helping some energy come into the body. Inhale halfway. Bring your left leg back. Rise up, warrior 1. exhale, down with the palms, framing the front foot, step back, right foot, inhale, and exhale. How can we move like we're moving through honey or something fluid to us? Exhale, come back. If you notice yourself fall out of it or do something wrong, that's okay. Come forward, hop, step, stride, skip to the front. That's all right. Inhale, rise up and come down. No, this is all a practice. This may look different and feel different on each side. Let's approach the new side, new beginning. Reach the arms up and then exhale, forward fold. Moving faster also can help. Inhale, halfway. Our cardiovascular system to kick in. Our hearts to pump the blood to flow through the body. Inhale, rise up. Look up, lean back, and then exhale, forward fold over that front leg. Step your left leg back to meet your right and pause for a breath. Exhale your knees down first. Maybe you want to go down straight and then inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's add on a little bit, but let's pause in our downward facing dog. Invite a little bit more energy into the practice. The longer we dangle our head beneath our heart, the more energy we might get. Press your palms into the mat, nice and strong and firm. Reach one leg up, right leg, three-legged dog, three-limb dog. All your length is in your back leg. Keep your right leg straight. And then exhale, bend your right knee and bring your right knee over your right hip. And exhale, bring that foot down. Let's do the opposite side. Inhale, left leg up. And first staying straight, three-limb dog, strong through your palms. Press up and out. And then exhale, bend your knee over left hip. And then exhale, coming down. Inhale, forward plank pose. Exhale, rise up into your upward facing dog again. And exhale, back into your downward facing dog. Look up, hop, step, skip, stride up to the front of the mat. This time, sit a little low for a moment. Notice some strength come to your backs of your legs, your glutes. Reach up and come up all the way. Maybe lean back a little bit before you exhale the palms down. Let's add on a little bit to our salutations. Rising up, continuing to move with your breath. And then exhale, let it guide you. Don't let it get lost. Don't get lost. So the quality of your breath is the quality of your practice. Straighten your backs. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, left leg back. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Go ahead and bring some focus into the practice. Like an arrow, straight and arrow. Bring this arrow forward, right? What is it that you'd be focused on? What is it that you would aim for? Point that forward. Think of that and then draw your left arm across your body. And like you're pulling back a bow, in your right palm or that arrow, let your left palm rest back behind you and rest your feet wider into your warrior two now. Stay focused. Find that dristi. Find that focus in front of you. Keep your front knee over your front ankle as to keep your knees safe. Take a pause. Now hips out to the side. Relax your shoulders down. And then maybe look forward. Reach forward, press and reach. And then reach your right arm up. Take a little peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Find a flow. Reach your right foot back to meet your left and find your flow. So go ahead and come down, whatever that looks like for you. It may look completely different than what it looked like yesterday or before, or than it looks from your neighbor. Celebrating all this different uniqueness we have in our different moments. Pause in your downward facing dog. Look up towards your hands. Maybe take that healthy wrist and hop, step, skip. Make it a little fun, up to the front. Bend your knees ever so slightly before you come all the way up and reach back a little bit. And then exhale your hands down. We're going to approach the other side with an open mind. New beginnings. New sides. Inhale. Open up. Bring the same intention with you though to this side. Noting it might feel different. But you want to have the same intention. Come back up with your spine and step your right foot back. Reach it up, warrior one again. Feeling comfortable in this warrior, hopefully. This can embody a sense of opening up and expanding our horizon. Feeling confident here with the arms up. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands together and point them forward. Finding more focus. Draw your focus in now. We have this wide horizon, right? But now we're going to draw that in. Focus on something before us. This practice can help us feel more focused and balanced. Draw it in and just slide your right palm across your chest. Bring it out to behind you like you were pulling a bow and arrow. And then face your left palm face down, right palm face down. Relax your shoulders. Left knee on top of the left ankle. What is it that you can focus on? What is it that you're aiming for? What is a goal that you'd like to accomplish? Focusing on that. Reach your left arm toward that focus. And then let's reverse this. Inhale, come up, back. Reverse warrior, resting your right palm back. Not pressing onto your knee, just resting it. And then cartwheel your hands down. Find your plank pose. One final plank. Exhale, come down all the way to the belly. We're going to do those movements one more time. One breath, one movement. And then exhale up and back. If you need to pause and take a child's pose, that is totally welcome. We'll take a moment to pause in child's or your downward facing dog. If you're already feeling sort of lots of energy that you want to keep going, you can keep going with me or keep yourself in a child's pose for a moment. Honor whatever it is that's coming up for you in this moment. Remembering to stay connected to the breath. Quality of your breath is the quality of your practice. Look up, hop, step, skip up to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise up and ready for the mountain posture. Feeling nice, peaceful serenity. The wise mountain. Although it is still, there's lots going on. Maybe thinking about that intention again once more, taking with you whatever it is that gives you heat, what gives you motivation. Breathing, inhaling into that. Reach your arms up. Maybe look up and back for a slight back bend, and then exhale, come forward with the heart over the legs. Go ahead and step back. Warrior one. So this is Virajasana in Sanskrit. One, Virajasana meaning warrior, goddess. Go ahead and bring your arms forward, open it up. Warrior two, Virajasana two. Go ahead and bring your right palm forward like you were reaching for whatever that goal was, and then reverse the warrior. So there's a story of Virajasana, and then go ahead and cartwheel your hands down. Find one final flow if you choose, or just simply switch legs. It's up to you. We're going to come back and down once more. I'll share the story of Virajasana was a goddess warrior who was sent out to fight downward facing dog, and then hop, step, and skip forward. We'll come up when we're ready. But then she was told to reverse the warrior and turn around. So that's why we have the reverse warrior. Inhale. Remember, we're going to come back into this other side. Same intention. Step right foot back. Same intentions to come into this, right? With strength and guidance through your warrior two. Bring your right palm across. Find that focus. Reach for it. And then remember, sometimes we have to reverse it. You can find that peacefulness when you're ready in your reverse warrior. And then cartwheel your hands down. Find your hands framing your front foot. We're all going to come to the belly. On the belly, we're going to pause for a moment in a crocodile pose. Just bringing your hands to rest on top of each other, your face to rest on top of your hands. And let's tick-tock our knees, our legs, side to side. You want to feel a looseness and openness in your lower back. Note that this time of class will be a time for us to transform it into a little more of a cool down. So we've brought up a lot of heat in the body, hopefully moving vigorously through warrior stances, through our sun salutations. Now is this time of class, we want to try to reverse all of that and take it into a more lunar-like feeling. Maybe feel your belly expand on the floor beneath you. And like a crocodile, they just relax in the sun. Feeling heavy. Feeling your chest and your belly expand on the floor beneath you, and imagine your breath slow down to a more natural pace. We may have gotten the heart rate up during class. That'll be good for energy stored later, but we don't want to overwork or overdo ourselves. Also, relaxing is just as important as doing. So this practice is about finding that balance as well. When we're ready, bring your hands beneath you and just slowly press yourself up and back to a child's pose. Feel yourself open up in the low back, reach your arms forward. Again, you can rest them on your forehead on a block, your head on your hands, or fist work. And take a moment to just round out your spines before we go ahead and come on up. We're going to do our final relaxation. Keep your props nearby, floating down all the way to our backs. Maybe taking it through a boat posture if you choose to heat up the core a little more, or if you just want to simply lie down. With me, you can use your core as you slowly lie down and descend your back towards the floor. Here, resting, relaxing. Go ahead and take your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Taking yourself back to that idea of what gives you strength, what gives you motivation, what lights that fire within you. Also trying to tune into that coolness, now letting it all cool down. Bring the feet back down towards the floor. Do a little bit of a back bend to help give us some energy. We'll visit a bridge pose. I love to do bridge pose with the block or with a bolster. So if you have one nearby or anything that you can safely prop your hips up on as we lift our hips up, first being sure that the ankles are beneath the knees and not out here. Lifting your hips up when you're ready, and then placing your block or your pillow or really anything, maybe a folded up blanket beneath your sacrum, being that lower part of the back that meets the butt. And take a pause. If you choose to pick up your feet, that's a good idea to make sure that whatever prop you are using is in the right spot. You don't want it on your spine. You want it on your low spine where it meets your butt. Maybe you pick your legs up for a candlestick, reversing the flow of the blood from the feet down, the legs into the hips for a moment. And then relax your feet back down if you've done that. And taking a pause. Maybe noticing how the bridge posture isn't the most settling of all. It can feel unsettling, but not knowing what's beneath you, having no foundation beneath you, not knowing once you're going to get to the other side of a bridge, all can be stressful. But note that we have props, so use your props to support you if you can. Take a moment, maybe resting hands on the belly, letting all the energy rejuvenate back into the body. Knowing that these slow times are just as important as the fast times. These times when we can tune into that other part of our nervous system. Instead of being in the part where we're in fight or flight, we're constantly acting or doing, or it's the part of us that also saves our life when we're gotta move our hands from something hot, from burning ourselves. We wanna now just kind of tune in to that part of us that helps us rest and digest. That part of the nervous system that controls those natural things that we do. Like when we're sleeping, or we're digesting our food, bringing it back. Slow breaths. Slowly lift your hips up. When you're ready, remove your prop to the side, relaxing yourself on your back for your final relaxation. Noting that for your final relaxation, even if it may be brief, it's important to be comfortable. So if you would like to get a pillow, eye pillow, or something to rest on your face during this, that is totally an option. Bring your blanket or anything beneath your head. And if you have a bolster, you can snug the bolster beneath your knees. You can have your feet together and your knees apart to help open up a little bit more on your legs if you choose. You can have your legs straight. These are all options, all variations to help assist you in your relaxation. Finding what works for you and then setting yourself up for our final moments. We're going to take part in 3-part breathing. We're going to use our full diaphragm for our final part of class, noticing yourself completely comfortable. When you're ready, I want you to just let all of your breath out. Maybe even create a waterfall sound or a shushing sound. Deflate your body. And then inhale, notice your breath in 3 parts as you inhale into your belly, and then into your rib cage, and then up into your chest. And then exhale down out of your chest, out of your rib cage, and out of your belly. Inhale, expanding belly, ribs, and chest. And then exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Inhaling belly, ribs, and chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. Taking part in full diaphragmatic breathing can help heal the body, using your breath as this tool to help relax our body, our physical selves. And for a moment, going back to the mind, to the emotional self. Can you acknowledge, just reflect on your practice? Maybe going back to that intention that you set. So that's something or someone that keeps you going. Taking it with you as you slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and your nose, maybe even a yawn starts signaling your body is relaxed, stretching like a big cat who just woke up from a nap. Pushing your props aside. And let's go ahead and turn ourselves over to one side. Resting your head in your arms or your hands. Taking this feeling up with you to a seat. nice and slow, noting that you can take this feeling with you off of the mat and come to the same seated posture. And we'll all take a moment to maybe check out with one another if you choose, check out with yourself, coming back to that moment when and who and what brings you inspiration and motivation to keep going. And acknowledging your feelings and if they've shifted at all, knowing that this is a judgment-free zone, so just taking that as information. We'll close out. Before, I'd like to thank you so much for practicing with me with the Art of Yoga project, and I hope to see you guys soon. Again, my name's Holly, and let's do a little closeout. So anywhere that your hands make sense to rest, maybe it's in a prayer gesture, maybe your hands over your heart or just on your belly, or anywhere resting, I'd like to bow to you and say that the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.